So I'm here in Chicago in the middle of winter and I'm freezing, but I'm super excited to try this restaurant that's from this Korean-American chef and these two brothers who own the place that are half Polish, half Korean. Their mom's Korean, dad's Polish. They grew up here in Chicago and you have Polish dishes influenced by Korean flavors. I'm super excited to try it. There's a huge Polish community here in Chicago.
So what I found out growing up in Chicago, on the northwest side of the city, is that we have the largest population of Polish people outside of Warsaw, Poland. The fusion here, it really does stem from kind of the ownership, you know. They had Polish sausages laying around. They had a jar of kimchi laying around. Why not have that act as sauerkraut and put on your Polish sausages,
That's right,
slather it on.
Polish food, I mean, has sauerkraut, has
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that seems to be like a big tie. Like, what are the similarities that you see between?
I mean,
Polish
the
food?
similarities again, like it's all about kind of like slowly rotting food that's delicious, you know. The foundation is still there. The dumplings, the kimchi, the sauerkraut, the rice, the starches. These things are, dominant in both cultures, and the crossover is. It's almost perfect. Like when you think of sour cream, it's a little acidic, has a tart flavor. You introduce really umami toasted sesame seed oil to it. It rounds it out.
The Maria Standard.
Yeah.
This is like your signature dish.
Yeah. So that's basically what started this whole thing. Honestly, with the food and the concept of the Korean Polish Kielbasa kimchi. Exactly. And
how did you elevate that very simple idea though?
So basically, did a lot of R&D, ate a lot of Polish sausages, and then the kraut, the krauchi is what we call it, and we use all the traditional kimchi ingredients into this traditional red
Totally
cabbage.
different than Napa cabbage.
Totally different than OG Korean cabbage. That's our own creation hybrid right there. And then our mustard, we use soju to steep the mustard seeds.
Oh wow. What does your clientele look
Yeah,
like?
I mean,
What do they want?
it's really been varied. Like it's really hard to pinpoint in this neighborhood. We have strictly Korean, 100% Korean people come in expecting the Korean experience. And I've sat Polish families here looking for that 100% Polish. I'm like, look at this. This has nothing to do with Poland.
But they like it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be relaxed and casual. Like we're not, at the end of the day, the most important thing is that do we make good food?
What's really different is that you smell immediately a lot of herbs, and the herbs are like dill and just dill basically, and that's really strange for me because that is not a part of Korean food. Maria Standard? That's really good. I mean, this is just a really, really nice version of a Polish dog. They're not like a Chicago-style hot dog, which I like. This one is more just about the kielbasa itself. I just want to have the real fusion here, right? Because you have the krauchi and the soju mustard. I'm gonna just go for that. It's really good. That soju really comes through when you just have the mustard. I think I need my own side of mustard to put over this. And I love how you get that hit of booziness that's very, it's not really typical of mustard. So I've had Korean style poutine before, but this, I mean, this never gets old. Oh, but I have not had it with this kimchi gravy and freaking bulgogi in here. I mean, how can that be bad? It's so fantastic. Kimchi, the gravy, it's rich. It legitimately feels like you're eating something Korean. And then you get the bulgogi, which is sweet and tender and beefy. This is a fantastic trunk food. Now, the chef was talking about how gravy is the sort of condiment, the common condiment that you would see in a lot of Polish foods, and yet they've added kimchi, which is it makes a lot of sense to me because gravy is awesome, but it kind of one-noted, right? It's just fatty and savory. But when you add the kimchi, it adds a little more umami flavor, adds depth. It balances it in a really smart way.
Let's do a shot real quick. Malort shot. Let's do it.
Malort?
Malort.
God, we are in Chicago. It's actually not that. I mean, it's super weird. Malort is one of the most bizarre boozes on earth. So I'm gonna try this tteokbokki, which is very hard to say, but is kind of an evil dish to me because tteokbokki is a fantastic, just comfort food. So I'm gonna go for this. Let's get one thing clear, is that this is not tteokbokki in the way that you would expect, because tteokbokki is usually boiled. So the rice cakes are very soft and chewy. They're almost like well-cooked pasta. When he takes this and he deep fries it, then the chewiness of the rice cake just goes up to next level. But the texture of this deep fried rice cake is like nothing that I've had in Korean food. I don't know whether I like this or not, but it's pretty evil in the idea of it and the execution. This is the scallion potato pancake. And you know, Koreans have a potato pancake, 감자전. But then at the same time, he actually grates the potato in here to give it that kind of latke feel that you would see in a lot of Eastern European cuisines. And he's taken pork belly, strewn it across the top, and more of this crouchy on here. So definitely a very, you know, conceivable fusion of Polish and Korean stuff. I actually think this might be the most clever of the dishes that he's made in a really subtle way, because the texture of the grated potato really, I mean, it reminds me of latke. And yet something residual from the crouchy that feels like I'm having a Korean dish. There's something about the balance of how Polish it is and yet how Korean it is that's super cool. It's nice. I mean, this crouchy is so good. It's so different than Korean kimchi, because Korean kimchi is just, how do we say, it's got this kind of lower punch. And I think that the sauerkraut is a little brighter. It's a little fresher to me. And I don't know if that's just because the cabbage leaves are a little bit thinner, they're thinly shaved, whereas a lot of times kimchi, you know, with the napa cabbage, you have that nice chunk of the white cabbage that holds up. There's no Korean dishes here. And yet, this chef is really smart about incorporating Korean ingredients and cooking techniques into this very familiar kind of bar-friendly food. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more of K-Town in Chicago, click right here.